Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I am not gonna lie. I just put my kids down maybe 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, and I just wanted to take a nap with them. I just wanted to take a nap with them, but I forced myself to come in my office, show up for you guys today, and so I filled up my water bottle, and hopefully that will hydrate me and keep me awake. But okay, so today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you need to be working smarter and not harder. So I think we all know that starting a business is a ton of work. There's a ton involved that you don't even really know before you start. And there's all these roles you're playing. So we really need to find ways to work smarter and not harder, because we only have so much time in the day, and we need to be able to say no to things that are not a good use of our time, and we need to know how to get things done. And so a good way we could do that is by working smarter and not harder. So the one way that you can work smarter for your business is by having a brand. And I'm going to tell you 5 reasons why you need to be working smarter with branding your business. So the first problem that most people have, and the number one problem I would say branding solves, is you are not attracting the right clients. So the number one reason why you need to rebrand or build your brand is really simple. If you're not attracting the right clients, and the people that you seem to be attracting simply are just really, really hard to get to say yes to you, really hard to pay you what you know you're worth. If you know who you want to be working with and they simply don't seem to be out there, or you don't seem to be attracting them, and all your competitors or people in your industry seem to be working with them instead, then that could be really frustrating. You can have thoughts like, okay, well, maybe this entrepreneur journey isn't for me, maybe I'm not cut out for success, and maybe I'm just not meant to work with high-end clients. Maybe I just need to be okay with what I'm getting paid. And in the meanwhile, you're so frustrated because you are working your butt off and you're only making a little bit of money. And so you're attracting the wrong kinds of people. You're attracting the people that don't really understand your value. They don't really understand how much time and energy and what you're giving them. So this is a huge, huge problem for a business, and it can really make you lose out on a ton of time and a ton of money. And so the number one way that we can fix that is through your brand, because your brand is communicating to everybody who sees it. So your brand is so much more than just a logo. It's the whole experience, and it's how you're communicating to your target audience. Like we talked about yesterday, how certain colors attract certain people. And so if you are not communicating, if your visuals and your colors and your fonts and your website are not communicating to the right people, or maybe they don't even look like a brand at all, and it's just like this homemade hodgepodge pieced together, there's no consistency, then you're not going to be attracting who you want to be attracting. So the second reason is if people often misunderstand what you do, or they're confused about what you do, then we really need to look back into your brand, see if we need to rebrand, see if you need to build a brand. Because if people are constantly looking at your website or your Instagram, your social media platforms, and they're really not sure about what you even do, then it's really clear that you don't have a brand. So your branding needs to be so clear about what you do, there's strategy behind it. So who you're targeting, it needs to be so clear that there's no question. People should be able to go to your website. They say, okay, she works with, blah, 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 and she does blah, blah, blah. If your branding is done correctly and strategically, then this should be the case. If not, chances are you don't have a brand, or you don't have a strong brand. So either your visuals or your content is not consistent, or it's really lacking and missing something. Tell me hi if you're on live. I'd love to say hi. And then the third one is if you are not gaining a following. So if you are working and putting stuff out there, and your following is not growing, if your page views on your website is not growing, if your social media followers are not growing, if your email list is not growing, when you're working really, really hard to make it grow, then there's probably something that's missing in your brand. So when you have a consistent brand that's unique, when you are continuously putting yourself out there on social media, reaching out to people, using different strategies to grow, then you should be organically growing. And guys, branding is the #1 way you can grow organically. If you are having a really hard time growing organically, it's because you don't have a brand. When I brand people, they typically grow really, really fast, and it's organically because they have this really beautiful professional brand that everybody wants to be a part of. Everybody wants to come follow it. Everybody wants to see their stuff because it is so inspiring. It's so professional. It's so unique. It doesn't look like everybody else's, and it looks awesome. And so growing a brand to be known for something, to be known for a certain visual, to be known for certain colors, to be known for a certain style and content, all of this whole brand experience, like people want to be a part of that. And so that's how we really grow organically. And so branding is such a great way to work smarter, not harder. So branding is really not just about having a pretty design, having, a professional logo. It's really about strategy and having a marketing strategy in place to be able to grow organically and reach out to people, because when people really love something, they share it. And when all these people are sharing this thing that you've created, that is when it grows organically. And that is when your design is working for you. Your brand and website are working for you in the background when you can't be there. So number 4, if people are not seeing your value, or they're not willing to pay your prices, so maybe they're always price shopping, or they have sticker shock, or they just they come to you and they're really excited, but then you tell them how much it is, whatever you sell, and then you never hear back from them again. That's probably because they had sticker shock and they can't really bring themselves to pay how much your product or service is worth. So if that is happening all the time, then branding can do wonders for that. So for example, if a brand looks really juvenile or kiddish, they would not really do well at selling something sophisticated and like an expensive women's perfume. Like it wouldn't work. So your brand is really made to attract the right people and also talk highly of what your product is and really connect the visuals to the product. So if your visuals are not matching what you're selling, or not laying down what you're selling, then there's going to be a disconnect and people are not going to understand the value of it. So the 5th and final reason, and I see this so much, to be honest, if you have an outdated brand. So there are so many times when brands just become outdated. That's just what happens. Technology and Pinterest, I would argue, seems to make trends go and come more quicker than ever now. So like perhaps you had a professional create your brand for your business back in 2000. I can't believe that was 18 years ago, guys. And so 18 years, if you did not have a timeless brand and if you went with the trends and the waves in 2000, then it's going to be looking super outdated. Even big brands like Wendy's and Arby's just a few years ago, I think, just updated their logo. And so updating and facelifting doesn't necessarily mean like a whole new rebrand, but you do need to go back and revisit and update and make sure that it's staying consistent with the times, with your business and with the times, because I can't tell you how many times I have gone to a website on my phone. And so, the websites that are not responsive and you have to literally like scroll across the page to see the whole page. How many of you actually stay on the website if you don't have to? I get out of it, because it's so annoying. And I'm like, okay, you obviously are not living in this error. Like, I don't even trust you. Like, honestly, I don't even trust your product and service, because you seem to be like so out of the times. So if your website is like back in 1990 or like, 2000 even, and it's not responsive to tablets and websites, meaning that the image and the functionality of it works on each technical device that you're on, then we need to revisit it, because you are literally losing out in so many conversions, because you don't look like a professional when you are way behind the times. So an outdated brand can really say a lot about your business, and it's not a good thing. So those are the 5 reasons. I'll go through them really quick again. So if you're not attracting the right kinds of clients, if people often misunderstand what you do, or they don't know what you do, if you do not have a continuous growth in some area of and following of your business, if people are not seeing your value and they're not willing to pay you the prices, and they always have sticker shock, or if you have an outdated brand, these are the 5 reasons you need to work smarter and not harder. And the one reason you can work, the one big way you can work smarter in your business and not harder, is by having a strategic brand and marketing strategy. And so it's not just a pretty design, it's a strategy, a strategic design where every single element is made to be attracting the right clients, made to be attracting the people who want to pay you what you're worth. They know that your visuals speak highly of what you sell. It speaks exactly of what they are going to be getting. And so this is worth them sharing. And so that's going to be the organic growth that you really need in your business. So this is like that one-time expense that a lot of people don't even think about when they start a business, but really it's the best way to be working smarter, because your brand and your visuals can be working for you. When people love what something looks like, they love the style of it, they love the consistency and predictability of it, and they love following it on social media, they're going to be sharing that with all of their audiences. And those people are going to be sharing it with their audiences. And so it's this really beautiful way to grow your business organically. And so with all that to say, the doors to my workshop for Brand Builder Workshop is closing this Friday at midnight, guys. And I know so many of you guys are in the fence, and I totally understand your situations. I totally respect your situations, and I know that this may not have been something that you budgeted for, but I want to let you know that if you want to work smarter, not harder, if you want your business to grow organically, then you really, really need to brand. This is a fraction of the price of hiring a designer, of working one-on-one with me, and you're going to be coming out with all the stuff in my lowest end package, 1-to-1, but less than half the price. So doors close at midnight on Friday, and I just don't want any of you guys to miss it out. I don't know when or if I'm ever going to do this again. I'm going to take you step by step how to brand yourself strategically so that your business can be working smart for you in the background when you can't even show up, so that people are so eager to share your stuff. So you're going to come out with a mood board, you're going to come out with a logo, you're going to come out with colors and fonts, and you're going to come out with a brand style guide that is just like this for your unique business, so that every single time you sit down to create a graphic for social media, or if you go to create your website, you know exactly what the color codes are, what the fonts are, when you should be using them, how you should be using them, so that you create this consistent, cohesive brand that everybody is going to love and everybody is going to want to be a part of. So I am going to be going live at 8:30 tonight. The baby just woke up. So 8:30 tonight, I still will be doing a Tuesday night live, and I'm going to be announcing the 3 bonuses if you sign up before Wednesday at midnight. And they're really great bonuses you don't want to miss. But so let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Reach out to me if you're on the fence, because I really don't want you guys to miss out on this. This is the best way to grow your business faster than you can ever by yourself. So I'm looking forward to everybody who signed up so far. and it's going to be a great workshop. Bye, guys.